Being the wealthiest car company in the world by market cap, Tesla and Elon Musk must have been the target of numerous cyber attacks. One such man almost crippled the entire company with a physical malware device that he almost installed into the company's servers. So that's in this video. We'll be answering whether or not the FBI saved Tesla. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Why the attack? As you might already know, Tesla has recently boasted a market cap of $550 billion. This means the second wealthiest company, just below Tesla, is worth almost 3 times less. Even though Toyota is the car company that sells the biggest number of cars annually, as for the owner and founder, well, Elon's worth is a jaw-dropping $132 billion, and we're only going to see that wealth go up, unless Tesla messed up big time. Enter cyber attacks. Since its inception in 2003, Tesla has been very cautious about their security. Elon Musk has even made a few offers for hackers. An offer states that anyone who will be capable of breaking into one of their car models, they should come forth, tell them about the weakness in software, and Elon Musk will give them $1 million plus a Tesla Model 3. Now the question becomes, has anyone succeeded? Yes, they have. One of the groups that has managed to find the vulnerabilities of their car system has been awarded with a brand new Model 3. This is how it happened. Tesla went down to the Pwn to Own in Vancouver, a hacking competition organized by Zero Day Initiative. There they offered a Model 3 to anyone who could try and break into their software. And the guys got to work. They didn't take long before someone managed to crack the code and they walked away with their Model 3. It seems like this even sparked some conversations among hacker groups across the world. So instead of telling the company about the flaw, this Russian organization wanted to exploit their weakness and use them to make a small fortune. This is where our story begins. Igor Igorovich Krukov, the 27-year-old Russian that started it all. An employee of the Tesla Gigafactory with Russian roots has been in contact with Igor since 2016. However, it seemed like they got lost their touch in the last couple of years, until 2020 rolled around. You see, on July 16, 2020, Igor contacted the factory worker, his old friend, but he informed his buddy that he had plans to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, he told him that his plans to come to the US, so they organized a meeting in Sparks, Nevada. Igor brought his plane ticket and he boarded the first plane to the US. He landed in New York on July 28, 2020, but New York City is a long way from Nevada, so he found the next plane leaving for San Francisco. After deboarding his plane, he got a Hertz rental car dealership and he got himself a new ride. Nevada was just 250 miles away, and he drove there as fast as he could. He didn't want to miss an opportunity of a lifetime. On the way there, he thought about how he could persuade his internet friend to join their hacker organization and steal valuable information from the company. You see, this was a plan that could earn the entire organization dozens of millions of dollars. Igor was cautious. He planned every step. He didn't want anything to go wrong. The meeting. By the time they got together, it was the beginning of August. The first weekend of the month, from the 1st to the 3rd of August, Igor paid for a trip to Lake Tahoe, and all the expenses were on him. He wanted to leave an impression on the guy, and he wanted to make sure the factory worker accepted his offer. But Igor acted strangely throughout the weekend. You see, the factory worker came with a few of his friends, but Igor was unhappy. He refused to appear in any of the group photos that the guys took, and he said that he would rather remember the beautiful sunset than take a picture of it and keep it on his phone. The weekend ended, and it was finally time for Igor to make his proposition. He pulled his friend to the side, asking him to meet in private because he had some business matters. He wanted to talk about it with the factory worker, and this is where Krukov told him everything about the hacker organization he was a part of. He thought they'd bonded well enough over the weekend that he could tell him all about his quote-unquote business proposition. The factory worker listened to Igor, telling him how it's necessary for the hacker organization to find their own Trojan horse here. Some from within the company that would deploy the malware without anyone suspecting a thing. He would install a little program on the computer servers, and then a distributed denial of access attack, or DDoD attack, would occur. This in turn makes that the organization could take over the information security system and steal all the data their greedy little hearts desired. Anything from new plans and blueprints about Tesla car models to information about their customers that they could leak to the public. After they had all this information in their hands, they would ask Tesla for a ransom if they don't want the info to be disclosed to the public and ruin Tesla's reputation. For the troubles, the worker would be paid $500,000 that would be wired to his bank account. But seeing how his main guy was hesitant, they bumped up the price tag to $1 million. But the guy still wouldn't budge. The business trip was planned out well in advance. The guy had to accept the deal. They even gave him a phone for contacting various anonymous members of the organization. But he advised the factory worker to leave the phone on airplane mode until after the wire transfer has been made. And with everything on the line, there was no room for error. However, they didn't factor in the person's incorruptibility. The FBI gets involved. Instead of taking the money, the factory worker immediately reported the event to some of the executives at Tesla, and they immediately called the FBI, which gladly took part in this deal. But Igor and the organization knew nothing about this. That was their plan. They wanted the hackers to be unaware of the FBI's involvement in the case. You see, they wanted to extract more information from the guy about the hacker organization he was a part of and was operating from Russia. The efforts proved fruitful. Igor revealed information that no one else even knew about. He told the factory worker that earlier this year, they managed to take $4.5 million ransom from CWT Travel, a well-established American company. The meeting that ended it all. They still had Igor waiting. The factory worker didn't want to accept the offer still, and Igor was running out of time. He had to go back to Russia. Determined to get him to agree to the proposition, Krishnikov set up another meeting. The date? August 19th, 3 days before his departure. The FBI saw the conversation, and they prepared the worker for the meeting. This, of course, meant that the guy was wired. He had a microphone taped to his chest that would record the entire conversation. At the meeting, Igor gave him a tempting offer. He immediately paid an advance of $11,000 to his bank account, and he left the table. The FBI had him now, but the factory worker didn't hear anything until August 21st, one day before Igor's departure. He told him that the project was going to be delayed, and that meant the money would be transferred to his bank account later than the agreed upon date. Now he was on the run, since the factory worker didn't budge and he received an unsuspected phone call from the FBI themselves. He knew the jig was up. He drove from Reno, Nevada to Los Angeles. That's a 500-mile drive. The guy was on the run. He tried to get to a major airport from which he could escape from the country, but he was unsuccessful. On August 22, 2020, Igor Krishnikov was caught by the FBI in Los Angeles. He was taken to federal court and charged with conspiracy to damage a protected computer. This earned him a 5-year sentence in federal prison, as well as a $250,000 fine after he got out. But people started talking about this, and Tesla took the heat. Even Elon Musk got involved. He tweeted, "Much appreciated. This was a serious attack." This tweet was a response to the articles that surfaced online at the end of August at the time. Even the infamous hacker by the name of Marcus Hutchins that redirected the dangerous WannaCry cyber attack tweeted the following: "One of the benefits of cybercrime is criminals don't have to expose themselves to unnecessary risk by conducting business in person. Flying into US jurisdiction to have malware manually installed on a computer's network is absolutely insane." While people argued about who was the hero that saved Tesla, FBI, or the factory worker, we had only one question on our mind. Did Tesla reward the guy for his loyalty, or did he just receive a tap on the back by Musk? And on that note, we end this video. But hey, do you think Tesla should have awarded the worker for his incorruptibility? You could tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.